right, now welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Now That's a Show.
That's a show.
This week,
it's an echo.
I'm gonna start doing it in Spanish.
This is how Zoom meetings go.
Oh.
There's always an echo. Then I'm on mute.
No, you go.
Last week we spent the entire show on mute.
We did.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went through the whole show. It was mute.
So we thought about doing a mystery science theater thing, where we just had it and we fill in the audio. But I think we're live here. Microphone's flashing. So this week we're going to talk about dying trends, ones that will or must die soon. Must die soon. And
you
today,
know what? Can I just start with one thing? You know what needs to die soon is the new Jake from State Farm and
the tight shirt. Aaron Rodgers.
Where did this guy come from? Where did the first Jake from State Farm was just this guy working the overnight shift.
Wearing khakis.
Wearing khakis. This guy's he's going to have like a 12-month calendar. It's going to be like one of those like fireman calendars and stuff like that. He's huge, hanging out, and I'm sick of those. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, so they you remember the original Jake from State Farm?
Yeah.
And she said, Jake, what are you wearing? He says khakis, with that Midwestern nasal accent that you all have up there.
And then they turned him into this first of all,
like a superstar, like a hero.
He changed race.
Yeah, he is African American.
It's a little weird because there was even that one commercial where they were both in at the same time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what is this? Everybody from State Farm is Jake, and then they just just got rid of him. I just noticed that I spit. It was like a little bubble. Oh, don't worry, it didn't go over there.
There's COVID. From a customer service representative to Jake from State Farm. What's your title? I'm
Jake from State Farm.
That little spit that I just had. You know what's funny? I always have this question about how often during the day, well, this is when people were together, did you eat something that potentially somebody else spit in? Because you're just talking and someone spits in it. I had a situation. I was in Chicago, and I was up there. I got this really nice salad. And they were like, the guy that was, he just ate a salad. He's still eating a salad. But there's all of a sudden we're sitting there, and I just got this thing set up. I got all this stuff all mixed up and everything like this, and the guy we were with, the first thing he says, some of his whatever he was eating, I just saw it in slow motion, just kind of land
in your salad,
somewhere in my salad.
So did you take out those?
I didn't know where it landed. What was I supposed to do? How do you?
It's like a 3-inch rule. Anything 3 inches around up.
It could have landed anywhere. All that would have done was affect my own psyche.
Well,
that does happen. That's gotta happen quite a bit.
And I want to say, because you hear the off-screen voice, we have our executive producers here tonight, and he's going to contribute. Dan the Man, you saw him in his snapback hat.
With his voting. I voted early. You voted today? How was it?
I'll get in the camera.
You
all our fans across the U.S.
You're still not in.
Yeah, you're still not in.
I voted.
So Dan's going to be adding commentary today because, he's part of the problem. A lot of these things that we see is
Wait, I have more questions.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Yeah. All right, these are some funny things. Number one is, have you ever seen somebody kind of from afar walk into a spider web?
Oh, yeah.
That is always funny. That's as funny as somebody tripping. Someone falls, funny. Somebody walks into a spider web. The thing is that wide around, but then all of a sudden you can never get rid of it.
You always feel it.
And there's a period of time that you constantly think, and you feel like that spider is on you, right?
Especially when they're really big and
Well, but you think if you see a spider web, how often do you actually see a spider on one?
I mean,
it's rare. It's rare. I've watched them make them, Like, that's pretty cool how they make it.
You've watched them make them?
I've watched a spider make a web.
What kind of time do you have?
Well, that means you see one like, hey, watch this. They're kind of spitting this stuff out and doing this and that. They're pretty quick. They make it pretty quick. It's pretty cool. But, I mean, probably out of all the spider webs I've seen, the percentage is probably 4% of seeing a spider on it. So when you walk through it, odds are, it's like COVID. Odds are you're not going to get, the spider's not going to get you. And if the spider's even on it that 4% of the time, the odds of them hanging out with you and staying on you, they're like, whoa, I need to go back to my...
I hate humans.
Yeah.
You ever see a big-ass spider you step on and 1,000 babies shoot out of it?
Yes, I've done that
That's
before.
kinda
Yeah.
crazy.
No.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Takes things in another direction.
So, yeah.
Anyway,
So-
I'm not done.
Oh.
Are you ready? No one names their child Jesus.
It's Jesus.
And that's the only thing you get is a Jesus. Like, do you think Jesus was...
No,
like
who was the
name
singer?
of
No. The movie. What was the basketball movie with Ray Allen in it? Jesus. His name was Jesus something, his character. And the singer Jesus Jones.
I know, but you're talking about like a couple of
Isn't
things.
that a band?
Do you think back in Zero?
Didn't they do right here, right now?
Yes.
Yep.
Jesus Jones. So so maybe
Like
back
back in
then.
the AD period, was that like a popular name?
You mean the
Like
BC?
Jake or Michael
BC?
or Chris or Dan or something like that? And then all of a sudden they were like, well,
We can't use it
We
anymore?
can't use that one anymore. That's going to be a problem.
Well, but
So does that mean it got retired? In English?
I mean, it's kind of gotten retired.
but why
I
haven't
mean, the
they?
nerve that you would have right now.
But why wouldn't they have?
But it's
But Muhammad's not.
You don't
Muhammad's a
actually
common
don't hear a
name.
lot of Lucifers either out there.
No.
All right, ready?
But Muhammad's still. Hey, my name Muhammad.
Jesus is fairly common though.
Nobody names their kid like Hanukkah Harry.
It's good. It's a good one though.
What's the next question?
All right, ready? Just the idea of using the word moist in public and how that has just become like this.
Taboo?
It's like the C word, for God's
Yeah.
sake. Now there's the
Moist.
M word.
Why,
Moist.
like,
I don't know. I don't get
women
it.
have problems with that word. I
Why?
don't get it. Like
I said it the other day.
Temperature.
I mean, there was Betty Crocker built
Yeah.
their business
Yes.
on the word moist.
Moisture?
So it's offensive to people.
It is. Why?
That trend has to die.
Yeah.
I think we need to bring
What's the
back
problem
moist and
with
bring it back
moist?
hard.
What's the problem?
I mean, all right, one more.
All right,
Get
ready?
one more right now. You can
Wait,
bring them in.
I got a few of these
Yeah, I know, but you
things.
can save some for later.
All right, ready? Did Phil Collins really see somebody drown?
No, it's a false. That is a urban legend.
Are you sure?
And why is it an urban legend? Are there rural
There's no
legends?
suburban? What's a
Rural
suburban
legends?
legend?
I guess. If
No,
you
he
were-
didn't.
If you were to Google it, urban means that it gets into a community and then it spreads, kind of like the virus, right? So it becomes legend. in
Through a
urban
sneeze?
areas.
So you're saying the virus is an urban legend, urban myth?
Not really. Hey, who knows?
Because you're being politically correct. He voted. I voted today, so I have to be politically correct.
9.98.
All right, I got one more. One more.
Save some.
No, they come up all the time. They come up all the time. Should somebody with a handicap plate be able to drive in the left-hand lane?
Yes,
Why?
because they're.
But aren't they handicapped? Like, shouldn't they be like driving slower?
Oh, you're
And
talking about
being
the
more
left,
careful?
the passing lane around?
Passing lane, like driving like 75, 80 miles
Well,
an hour?
the thing is, too, do that, like, I know, I
Depends.
do have a friend that has that, and he has the little hand things. It's like, I mean, these kids now, we should give the kids, like, the hand accelerators and everything, because they're always on their game system. They'd probably drive better if they had
Right, but don't you think they should
Oh.
like kind of just settle down? Yeah.
And I'm outdoors, and this lady tells me, "Sir, you don't have your mask on. You need to put your mask on." I said, I ignored her, just kind of looked at her, didn't say anything, kept pumping gas. "Sir, we're all supposed to be wearing our masks." Didn't say anything. She said it a third time. And I said, "Ma'am, you're the one talking here. You're the one creating spittle. I hadn't said a word."
Spittle.
Spittle. Yeah, because she was talking. She was the one who created Spittle.
Is that a new word?
I think so. I think it's a new word. Yeah. Huh.
They would tell me we were down at the beach. This was back in April, probably April. And
Where's my phone?
Yeah. And we were riding on the beach, and I just started yelling "Happy COVID" to everybody up on their like decks, and I'm like, "Happy COVID, Happy COVID." Going down, we went down to the boardwalk, and we're like, "Happy COVID," and people are like, "Yeah," they're all excited about it. And this is when everything was closed, and the only thing you could do is the restaurants were giving takeout beer. So I'm standing there, and I'm just like, being all happy and all that. This woman comes up to me. She says, "My grandmother just died of COVID." And I was like, I'm really sorry to hear that. I said, "But you're standing like 1 foot from me, and you don't have a mask on." And she was like, and she left.
How was the lady that said that to you?
She was probably 40s.
Okay, so her grandmother was probably
about to die anyway.
So it probably wasn't. Yeah, it probably wasn't COVID.
It wasn't her mother, grandmother.
So you're talking close, pushing 100.
She was probably in a nursing home up in New York City, and that's where it all happened.
So busybodies. We don't want busybodies anytime anyway, but they've been pervasive in COVID.
We want people to be busy.
How about runs on toilet paper? That's kind of funny. Runs on toilet paper, right? That's oxymoronic. No, that's ironical.
That's ironical.
That is ironic.
So for 2021, should you short toilet paper manufacturing companies?
Oh yeah, their value's going to decrease because everybody's going to have. They should have toilet paper at the house.
Investment show.
Right. Yeah. Short the toilet paper.
That's a show. You get investment tips. Short toilet paper.
Short toilet paper. Yeah. Who are the companies? Scott and
Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson & Johnson is doing the vaccine and the toilet paper.
Yeah, but a bunch of them are doing the vaccine, don't they?
This has got to be an investigation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do heavier people go to the bathroom more?
Yes.
They do?
Have to.
Why?
Food consumption.
Did you see that? There was like
murder hornets.
There was a huge nest found out in like the West Coast. These things are freaking huge.
I told you they're big.
They're like the size of a phone.
Yeah.
Like.
Was it really though?
All of a sudden, one lands on your arm like that. What would you do after you scream? What would you do?
I'd get my phone out and take a picture. But I think back to the killer bees of the 1970s, what they called the Africanized killer bees, whatever.
Thing's different.
Yeah, but that was like they had movies about like people like swarming and dying. But you had swarms of bees in the 70s. Everybody's so scared of like bees, but nobody's really. The murder hornet thing didn't catch on. I mean, it's like the media wanted to say, okay, well, COVID's not sticking yet because nobody's really following the rules, so we're going to throw murder hornets at them.
Did Trump bring them over?
Probably.
Like,
sure, it's
like his pet?
I'm sure it's Trump's fault.
He would take one for a walk, put a leash around it.
It's Trump's fault. It'd be Dick Cheney's fault if he was still around, right?
Is he still alive?
I think so. Coin shortages.
I did not hear anything from him. How could you not hear anything?
Because now they got Giuliani. Now they got Trump and Pence and all that, so it's no longer.
Oh, and George W. He says nothing. That guy he went away. It was like he never was president.
Well, like most presidents do. They're done with their time.
Except
they go away.
Obama's out there. Well, Michelle, and she's out there all the time.
And Hillary, who was never president. What about coin shortages? Have you noticed the places that have coins, though, are like government run, like the ABC liquor store? Ain't no problem with that coin, right? But
Sheets.
Is that government run?
They've got that machine.
Well,
you can never it's like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
it's like let me put my COVID laced hand in this COVID laced thing and pull out my COVID laced coins.
I don't understand how we're missing. Like, there's not enough coins, right? It's like, because of COVID, we have a coin. That doesn't make any sense. Did they stop making coins, or did people just?
Well, yeah, but I think that also went away a little bit because originally they were not even taking cash. I went into a place.
Can you believe that? How can that be legal? How can an organization, a company, retail place not take cash?
I went to
it's the official tender of the United States.
You see how there are places that are more COVID and less COVID, right? Went into this place last week, and they had it all set up. They had the register, they had the plexiglass, then they had the table in front of.
Yeah, to give you space.
Yeah, give you space. Right? They had this young girl there that was taking credit cards, and she had like little like sanitation naps that she would grab
with the credit
card and like stick it in the machine, and then be like, and then bring it back. And what about these places that when you have to sign your receipt, they're like, oh, you can keep the pen. Like, what the heck is that? So I'm going to take home your COVID pen?
That everybody else has used, or am I the first one?
I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like it one bit.
But I mean, like the coin. So I've been to places where it's been like $7.78, and so I give them 8. That's what, 22 cents change? Mm-hmm. Like, sorry, we don't have the change. How come they get to keep the $8, but the full $8? Why don't they make it $7 then?
Right.
Well, why don't I just say?
Why don't you just give me $1?
I mean, so I think that to my conspiracy mind, the part of my mind that's conspiracy is like,
is that near
they want to. It's near this area.
It's right over there.
That they want to track every spend that you have. They don't want you to spend cash anymore. But I mean, to me, that's illegal.
I don't disagree.
That's illegal. You have to take a U.S. tender.
Yeah, they've got their agenda.
Anyway,
they're going to be like, Chris.
So all this stuff, by the way, went away. Now, here's some other ones that are not COVID related. Fashion and food. Gender bending.
I mean,
what do you have done to say?
I think it's absolutely insane. There's 2.
You're saying
you can change it at some point, I guess, if you want, but
yeah, but the idea of like they say that I identify as this, right?
No, you can't identify as things.
It's ridiculous, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Right.
That's kind of reminds me of what I've done for years.
Come from?
Well, what I've done for years, and this has nothing to do with gender, but it's along the same lines, and I might start doing this with the gender thing, is when you have an application for something, or you're filling out something, and they ask you, like when they ask you my race.
You just say super fast.
No, I always pick Alaskan Native or Aleutian Island. That's always one, like Eskimo kind of. You can't say Eskimo anymore because Eskimo pie and pie is bad because then.
No, you can say Eskimo. You just can't.
I don't think you can say Eskimo.
You can't say pie.
Huh?
You can't. Remember? Was it Sesame Street or Electric Company where they would say like. They would have the 2 like weird faces next to each other, and one would say like
Electric Company was always loud. Electric Company was always loud.
Right. So they would say like a sound, and then the other person would say the other sound, and that would make the word
pie.
Yeah.
I would say you was new pie. I would say pie.
Yeah.
What would you say? No, I said they'd have the faces.
Yes.
And I go. We're talking the words pie.
Yeah.
Pie.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go I. Like pie. That was Electric Company. Which, by the way, many of you probably don't know this. Morgan Freeman got his start on Electric Company. Look it up. Check it out. Check out the old episodes on YouTube.
So it's their fault.
Here we go. Even back then, he would go, now they're just saying pie. I don't think that's what he did. But they were always loud on. But you can't say pie anymore. But this whole it's ridiculous. I do say I'm Aleutian Island or Alaskan. And people say you can't say that. I'm like I can say whatever I want. I am what I say I am. So we've proven that. That has been proven. You are what you say you are. With gender, it's whatever you feel. Then I think it should be the same thing with race.
I think that you need to stop asking the question entirely if you want to get rid of
Right,
And
I agree with that too.
you have to just stop and get stopped.
That is totally ironical because I mentioned Morgan Freeman of the electric company. Morgan Freeman is renowned for saying that. Like they talk about every time he's in an interview about it, they say, "What do you think about that?" He says, "Stop asking about it. You're the one that's making an issue."
Yeah, stop asking.
Morgan Freeman. So gender bending, we got to get rid of that whole
like him.
thing. Blah, blah, blah. Agreeable gray paint. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, agreeable gray. You should go neutral, agreeable gray." I mean, just the name, agreeable gray. Gray. Nobody agrees on gray.
They can't even decide how to spell the damn word. Is it E or an A?
Both.
Well, all right, then we can't have it. Get rid of it. That's what we need to be debating. Wouldn't it be funny if Trump and Biden were like, I think that it should have an E. He'd be like, come on, man. It should be an A. My grandfather always spelled it with an A. That's the way it should be. It should be with an A.
And Biden goes, come on, man.
Trump would be like, you're an idiot. It's with an E. You're a stupid idiot. This is why. It's with an A. It's with an E.
Bunch of
This clown over here wants to spell gray with an E. It's with an A. I've been here in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We always spelled it with an A. Everything was gray.
And Biden be like,
it was gray. That's what your future is gray.
In my 47 years in Washington,
Washington spelled with an A.
Trump says, wrong.
Wrong. He's wrong. He's wrong. You're lying.
Wrong.
He's lying. He's lying.
Sleepy Joe.
Hiding Biden. I think he needs to go from Sleepy Joe to Hiding Biden Lion. Hiding Lion Biden.
It's like child's play. Designer flip flops. And I know you did you seriously? Oh, for fuck's sake!
What is this? Is this a designer?
Skechers. Well, you're paying a lot of money for a flip flop.
Yeah, these were on sale.
Well, but how much did you pay on sale?
I don't know. How much should a flip flop?
$4.
Are you going back to
$4.
Are you going back
$4 for a flip flop?
Yeah, maybe at Walmart. What are you buying? The ones that are like right off the.
But you
has like the little. It has like the little.
The little thing that sticks out.
The little spree thing at the bottom with the little thing.
Yeah, you pull it out.
Like you just came out of the podiatrist or the what do you call it when you get your feet done?
Well, the podiatrist is not a doctor. The pedicure.
Pedicure. Yeah.
Where I get my feet done.
I'm sorry. There can be evolution in footwear.
But you're spending $30 on a pair of flip flops.
I know, but they last longer than the stupid little thing with the Pez at the end.
But how long do you wear flip flops? I mean, how often?
When you blow a flip flop, you step on a
pop top. Cut your heel and have a cool automatic.
Yeah. I mean,
there's blues in the blender.
There's risks in the cheap flip flop. There just is. I mean, I don't wear these because of the fashion, although they are really nice. But they're comfortable.
So you're taking the fashion than the name on Skechers, which is like old people stuff.
And then you get like that. What do you call it? Planters.
Fashion. Well, you shouldn't wear flip flops then. That's the worst thing.
This has an arch.
I don't think it's the arch. It's the grip on the foot.
Tony Romo wears these.
Tony Homo.
Homo Romo.
All right. So enough about the damn piercings. And look,
certain piercings.
Look, people can pierce where their body, pierce whatever you want, blah 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 blah.
Piercings are bad?
No, I just think the abundance of caution.
Oh, that's different. Yeah.
No, the abundance of piercings that you see now is ridiculous.
Well, if you pierce your ridiculous,
I mean, it's crazy how many piercings and where they put it. Yeah, that's a good idea. That plus the gauges that people put in there.
That's wrong.
Well, why is that wrong? Why is piercing okay? Like when you see like a lady, and she could be a gorgeous lady, that she's got like
she got shot.
Well, she's got a piercing in her cheek.
They're like,
I don't know, because there's no clasp on the other side, so it just sticks in there. Like, oh, If you roll over on a pillow and you pull it, does it rip your skin?
On your MyPillow? See, I don't know that you could get the gauge thing because you have.
Oh, I don't have.
What was the whole thing where they were talking about like the connected earlobe to the?
I'm more evolved than you are.
What?
Yeah, I'm connected.
I'm more evolved.
Right. So no, you're not. I'm more evolved.
No, I said more evolved.
Oh. So if
what is that supposed to mean?
If your earlobe, you're further away from like the Homo erectus. Homo and erectus. I mean, come on, why'd they come up with that? I mean, there's got to be scientists back there going, what do they call them, anthropologists or anthropologists? Homo erectus. Yeah. So I'm further along the evolution chain than you guys.
And well, how's it? That's done well for you?
How's that working out for me? I'll probably die of COVID. I would think further on, I would not die of COVID.
You're more susceptible.
No, I'm less susceptible because allegedly it came from bats, right? Which were further back on the evolution chain.
What did?
COVID.
I never really played with mine. I like them.
You should get gauges.
It's kind of soft and
playful.
Supple. It's playful.
That's piercing. Skinny jeans we talked about before, but for fuck's sake, the skinny jean thing. I mean,
it's easier to do now because you have like higher technology in the denim
stretchability.
Fabric. Yeah.
Then they're not jeans though. They're not denim jeans if they're stretching like the.
I mean, like the unwashed Levi.
The 505 button fly. Stone washed. Remember those? Acid washed.
The button fly was a good concept.
I love the button fly.
Do you own a pair?
I don't think I have a button fly pair.
Then you don't love them.
Well, I don't think you can get them anymore right now.
Yeah, you can. They're still out there.
Well, it's like a Goodwill.
Those are some of the most comfortable.
Yeah.
Someone else break them.
But skinny, come on. I mean, there's no argument here, right? There's nothing to argue about on skinny jeans, is there?
No. I mean, if they're skinny down by like the ankles,
where do they get skinny? No.
So they should always have.
No, what I'm saying, you're talking about tapered leg, fine, but the whole thing where it's all tight everywhere is like the picture for the Dodgers a couple weeks ago.
So you like baggy jeans?
No, don't do
you
baggy.
Like the stone-washed ones that were like the
80s?
Yes.
I said acid wash too, right?
About.
No, I'm just talking about just where I put my boots. I can put my boots underneath my jeans, the boot cut jean. That's fine. But speaking of which,
what if you're not wearing boots?
I think the next thing was associated with it. High water pants too. Right?
Oh, well, that's different.
Well, but now they got skinny jean high waters, and people are thinking, hey, that's trendy. No,
and then they fold the ends up too to make them even more. Like, wear a pair of shorts. Do they have skinny shorts?
Gauchos. Remember gauchos?
They have skinny shorts?
Yes.
They do?
They do. They do have skinny shorts. It's almost like, remember the dolphin running shorts?
I do remember the skinny shorts. I was down in Orlando a year and a half ago, and it was Gay Pride weekend. And I didn't realize really what was going on until I saw the fishnet tank tops. I was like, all right,
are they coming back?
There's something going on here.
Oh.
I mean, the Freddie Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
You know. No. Is that on here? Fishnet tank tops.
Pants and boots. Speaking of boots, guys are stuffing their pants in their boots. I mean,
what kind of boots though?
Like cowboy boots.
That's just wrong.
But I do remember Magnum PI Higgins.
Those were
right. He would wear riding boots.
Riding boots. You have to tuck into that.
Higgins, by the way, was Robin McMasters. Turned out to be. Remember that?
No.
He was.
Who's Robin McMasters?
He was the guy that owned the place.
No
that was
way.
the writer. Yeah. The last episode you found out he was Robin McMasters. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I gotta go back and look that up.
You do. I wish there was like a streaming service you could look up.
Now Magnum is starting to do the reverse mortgage commercials.
Mm-hmm.
God, That's like.
He's an old person now. He's 70-some odd years
old.
old.
But that makes us old.
Makes you older. The Prius. Can we just, for fuck's sake, give the Prius a done? Because it's had the same body style and shit. When did it come out? 2003?
That car has not evolved in forever. No. It's like a golf cart with a roof. It really is.
Right, a golf cart has a roof.
Yeah, but it has the straight roof. It doesn't have that, like, sloped.
Yes, the bubble. Oh, you spittled again?
Good thing somebody has a salad across from me.
Yeah, so the Prius just gotta go. That's enough.
Oh my God! Did you see they just came out with the Hummer, the GM, the new Hummer? Did you see this thing?
Haven't seen a Hummer in a while. No, I have not seen it.
It's all electric. It's like
you can't have a Hummer that's all electric.
It's pretty fucking amazing, man.
But you're supposed. Can it pull anything?
0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
But how long does it?
Pulling anything with it?
You think a Hummer would pull something?
Maybe it is. It has 1,000 horsepower.
Okay, so it can pull something. But how long can it last on that charge?
I don't know. $112,000. I think it's pretty cool though.
I ain't paying no $112,000 for them. Seltzer and sour beers. I'm bringing all this together. I guarantee I go to a bottle shop or a brewery, and the person ordering a seltzer beer or a sour beer is the same person driving up in a Prius, wearing skinny jeans, high waters, with the pants in their boots, and they've got designer flip-flops on, and their house is painted agreeable gray.
And they're the guys, well, let's say that he has a girlfriend.
Yes.
Is getting an IPA.
They call it a beard.
He's getting an IPA.
She's the beard getting an IPA.
With a beard.
I mean, that's what they call it. The community calls it the
belly.
Beard. But,
and the skinny jeans only because she grew into them.
They weren't skinny when she bought them.
Or the, I know we want to call them yoga pants, but they're the stretch. They really shouldn't make...
The public school teachers stretch pants.
There should be no... Like, you should be able to get more than a large in a yoga pants.
You shouldn't be able to?
Yeah, they shouldn't make it any larger.
Yeah, so if they have like double X size yoga pants, right?
Yeah, they gotta change the
then
name is something.
How much? What does it stretch to?
Yeah, like it's got to be unlimited stretch. And you know what? They probably feel better about themselves when they take these things out of the laundry, and they're like, "Oh, these are my God, that's mean, isn't it?
It's like Jordan. Remember the Jordache jeans and the Gloria Vanderbilt? Those tight, hazy stuff, and they used to use remember the chicks that used to use pliers to pull the. It was so tight to pull the zipper up. I never saw it. Never saw it.
Into place.
The whole day in high school, you're like,
isn't that where the muffin top came from? Pants only go so high.
Yeah.
It's got to go somewhere.
This one's the killer, and this is the same group that's drinking sour or seltzer beers. Plant-based meats. I mean, how can anybody say that with a straight face?
You don't water your cows?
I'm gonna go.
Cow plants?
Can I grow a cow back here? I mean, who says with a straight face? You order a burger. I'm gonna have the Peacemaker burger. How would you like that cooked? I'd like it medium, but I want the plant-based meat. What's that? That's so wrong. It's not the same thing. They're in this. We've learned all of our lives that it's either a plant or it's a meat, right? I mean, a plant, a veggie or fruit, grains. fucking meat, right?
I remember seeing that in the pyramid.
Plant-based meats. Is it its own category? I mean, for fuck's sake, I mean, a plant-based meat. And take Burger King. Burger King advertises. They have a name for it or something. The victory or the homo. I mean, or whatever they call it. But plant-based meat. Who says? Yep. You know.
Listen. The chances. What are the chances that you're getting a Diet Coke with a plant-based meat?
I mean, no, they're getting a sour beer.
Can I have a
sour beer?
Can you surround some plant stuff with a ton of salt and meat flavoring?
I mean, and people were like saying, you know, this is it really tastes good.
It tastes.
I mean, Howard Stern was. I stopped listening to Howard Stern for several reasons, but the main reason, the kicker was when he started promoting plant-based meat and did it with a straight face.
Wait, what was it? What's the name of it? Beyond Meat? Is Beyond
something
Beef?
like that?
Yeah, Beyond Beef.
I mean, stop calling it meat. It's like people hijack words, right? They hijack meat and say, well, this is meat. It's not meat. Okay, it's not. Just call it a veggie burger. I mean, it's a veggie burger, right?
Is that like my Huffy car?
Yes. Yeah. That and, you know, like the whole marriage thing. I mean, I don't want to get into the marriage. That's a whole other topic. But when they say gay marriage, it's not marriage. You call it partnership, but marriage is defined as what it is, a man and a woman, whatever. And I don't care if you want to be gay and you want to get together, that's fine, whatever. But don't use the word marriage. Use something else. It's like,
can you drink?
Well, gay, the word gay, for crying out loud. Gay used to mean happy. Hey, I'm happy. You looking mighty gay? And people are like, yeah, I'm really thrilled about this. But now if somebody says, you're looking kind of gay, you'd be like, what the fuck, man? You totally, or you'd be like, oh, thank you.
Do we need to go to like a commercial break here? Do you need a second?
Am I going on a tangent?
You're a little out there. Yes.
All right.
The news is the opinions and the views of this show are not
the Express Written. Wait, the Express Written.
No, that's them using our content to answer.
I don't think we'll worry about that.
That was just, there was a lot of words to finish that joke that I wasn't really prepared for, but I think everybody knows exactly what I'm saying.
You think they know where I stand on this one? You think they know where I stand on this one? All right. Well, let's move on. Let's go to sports, entertainment.
We just start talking about like pink golf balls and shoes and gloves and.
That's okay. I mean, my golf balls are plant-based. I mean, how fucking stupid is that? And people say that with a straight face. Oh, we got plant-based meat here. I swear to God, I'm gonna go in like a Burger King. And I'm gonna say, hey, give me the double Whopper, blah blah blah. And they're gonna say, would you like the plant-based one? And I'm gonna slug that guy. I'm gonna knock his ass out. No, I'm not. In case I do, it wasn't preordained. That's stupid.
I'll have the biggest hamburger you have, but I would like it made out of rice and soy. Can you do that for me?
I mean, and the thing is, people say with a straight face.
We're stupid people.
Plant-based meat.
Just
stop. Just call it some kind of concoction of a veggie.
We're marketing zombies. We don't know. These people, they think they're going in. First of all, if you're gonna get a plant-based something, you shouldn't be walking into McDonald's. Anyway, go somewhere and get a salad.
Well, all right. So let's do the salad thing, right? I see the people that'll get the salad. They'll go to salad. Well, you can't go to salad bars. Remember salad bars? Though? Go to salad bar, and then we get. Yeah, I'm gonna get a salad, and they would get the salad and everything, and then they put cheese and freaking cottage cheese on it and bacon and then load it up with dressing, blue cheese dressing, and then be like, yep, I'm eating healthy. I mean, especially in places like, remember Golden Corrals? And so they go, so you get the whole thing. They go and load up like 800,000 calories of salad shit. And then they go eat the meat and potatoes and everything else, another 1,200. And then they go to the chocolate fountain. Yeah. I had a salad.
Yeah, I had a salad.
Or the salad. Yeah. I got the salad, but I got the chicken tenders on top of it because I needed meat on the salad. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, I'm not Sammy Slim here. I get it. But I recognize that I'm not going to go into this place and act like, yeah, look at me eating healthy. No, I mean, speaking of salads.
Can't wait to hear this one.
I tell you, my grandfather on my dad's
Joe
side.
Biden?
so, no, who's the thug that at the pool we talked about? Then when he was a lifeguard, he made the guy, the neighborhood thug, go away because he was a lifeguarder. I don't know. I will remember that name in a second. But my grandfather said, I remember when I was little. I mean, I was probably 4 or 5 years old. We'd go to restaurants or be at the house, and people would get their salad before their meal. He never got a salad. Would never get a salad. And I finally asked him, I said, Grandpa, why don't you ever eat salad? He goes, when I was a kid, we had pigs on our farm. And he said, they'd throw anything into the pigsty. Anything they'd throw in the pigsty, the pigs would eat. They'd eat anything.
Even plant-based meats?
But they would not eat lettuce. They could throw lettuce in there and they wouldn't eat it. He says, I'm not going to eat something that a pig won't eat. And I'll never forget that. And if you think about it, who do you know that just eats lettuce? That just says, I'm going to eat the lettuce. When people do this out, they load it up with all sorts of shit. Why don't they just take the stuff, the dressing and the fixings, and leave the lettuce off of it and just have that? Because they think, oh, I'm eating healthy.
Right.
America. So let's talk sports, entertainment, and life. Spent a lot of time on that one, didn't I?
You don't need a break.
BLM and Antifa. I mean, they gotta go, right?
I think entertaining.
Well, you're afraid to say anything. They gotta go. They're not what they are acting like they're supposed to be. Or no, they're acting like.
No, they are acting exactly who they're supposed to.
Yeah. They're not what they said they were. Cancel culture. Where everybody gets canceled. Oh, they needed to stop that show. And then all of a sudden it stopped when everybody's like, wait a second, we can't be doing this because Ellen was a bad person to her employees. Ellen DeGeneres, so.
Well, she apologized.
Yeah, so she apologized.
Yes.
She apologized.
Yeah.
But the cancel culture, where if you don't agree.
To feel uncomfortable. Never want.
If you don't agree with somebody, they got to be canceled. Come on. Ridiculous.
You think that's going to go away?
Yeah, that'll go away. Then what's going to happen is.
When can we cancel the stuff that
the pendulum's going to swing. So here's the pendulum now, where everything's canceled. Everything's canceled.
I almost got hit by last week.
And now it's going to go the other way, where nobody's going to care about your delicate sensibilities. It's going to be the opposite, and that's what's going to happen.
Say everything we want to say.
Absolutely, and it's going to get to where it's like, well, it's not really cool. I mean, it's not manners. Manners are going to go by the wayside. Because even with this cancel culture, manners are by the wayside. You're not like you're giving a speech at a graduation or something, and people are screaming and yelling, not letting you talk. I mean, so the manners have gone anywhere, any extreme of the pendulum. Manners are not even appreciated.
No, there's no manners anymore.
No.
Well, you can't say they don't teach them because the people.
Because it says manners. If it was womaners, then
anything we just have to eliminate any word that starts with M-A-N.
Yep. That's right. Defund blank. Defund the police. There was last week.
Certain things should be defunded.
Well, sure, but everything is. Their answer is But you can defund police?
Not the police. But there's a lot of stuff that we pay for that needs to get defunded.
Yeah, like Spectrum.
You can go up and down a budget and pull out and defund a lot of stupid stuff that nobody even knows that you pay for.
Like spiral stairs out of the Air Force One.
Yeah, we should probably keep police.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Military.
Yeah. But
because it's funny, it's like, who was it that was talking about one of those Congress women, that lady from Minnesota,
I know what you're talking about.
with the thing on her head.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not really a turban. I don't know what you call it, but it's like a pillow. She was talking about
it ain't on my pillow.
Defund the Pentagon. Now, here's a person that took the oath of office, right? Defend the U.S., blah, blah, blah. Well, if you think about it, the federal government should really only have military. I mean, because one of the pillars of the Constitution, provide for the common defense.
Right.
Okay? But it never say anything about provide for, health care or, child care or gender. Education even. I mean, true. So she's got to be defunded. I don't even know her name.
Defunder.
The Bachelor and Bachelorette shows.
Yeah.
Never watched them, so I can't really. And so you never watched them. You should watch them sometime. No, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Which is amazing to me because how are these still on? Because they're, what do they call it? When you like women, misogynist. Thank you.
I actually came up with the word.
Yeah, misogynist.
I never come up with the word.
If all these people say that misogynist and all this, but these shows are fine. I mean, you got take the Bachelorette, and I don't know which one's going on right now, or whatever. But
you can't have any of them because you have to.
They're betting these people, not betting, BEDDING, to. I think they get $1 million or something like that too, right? And there's people who are watching. Oh my God! But that's okay.
What kind of
idiot
thinks that?
I can't. Like Biden, and bless his heart. I mean, I can't sniff some chick's hair on stage. I mean, what's wrong with that? How is that okay? How is it not okay to sniff some, guy that was appointed to office? His wife was. She's standing there watching him speak, sniffing her hair, whispering in her ear. That's not okay. But you can have the Bachelor, Bachelorette kind of stuff going on.
It's sickening. Isn't it?
God, that's awful.
Sickening.
No, that's got to go. Vocal fry and uptalk. You know what those are?
Fry?
Vocal fries, when people talk like this, they kind of talk real low. And the thing is, I think they think it's more intelligent. It's like
they put like this weird rasp into their voice. Yeah.
Vocal fries. You
so
hear
all of a
people
sudden, people that have smoked for years and years are smarter.
Yeah, but the smokers don't know better. They just still talk loud with that voice like that. But vocal fries, so you kind of bring it real low. And then uptalk, you sound like a Canadian teen, right? And so I went to the store, and then I got some of that sour beer.
Like some skinny jeans.
And I ran into the guy with skinny jeans.
Because of COVID?
But because of COVID? I have to stay safe. But and by the way, it's not just females that do it.
Is that people that say
right?
Right?
Right? I know, right?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so proper language inflection, as I've learned.
Where did it start though? Where did the right start?
Canada.
Are you sure?
No, I just think of Canada when I don't know why I think of Canada.
I know, but where did it catch? Did I ever tell you my 2 words I wanted to start?
Mm.
The first one was brill. Instead of brilliant, that is brilliant. That is brill.
Well, what stopped you? Other than COVID, what stopped you from starting those words?
I just can't get it going. In fact, I can't get it going so much that I don't even use it. And I'm trying to start it. You want the next one?
I want to hear that.
Wait, what was the other one? That is aggressive.
So you just dropped the
that is aggressive. Because the kind of like, that's aggressive. The diminishes the word right from the start. Anytime you start something with an A, it's like,
Like asshole?
Yeah. Yeah.
Soul.
Soul.
You're such a soul. Stop.
2 S's.
Stop being a soul. Yeah, I guess you're right.
He's so soul. So soul. That's the 3rd word. I like it.
Oh, hit me right in the anus. No.
Nuss. He nussed me.
You got me right in the
Let's get rid
nuts.
of this. Put that on there. All words that start with A. Getting rid of the A.
Let's go. So let me think about this. All right.
Wait, can we up talk it?
So I'm gonna think about words that start with A that we drop. Okay.
Quick,
Alan.
Lynn.
All right. So
Yo,
Lynn.
How come most times when you give somebody a nickname, you take the front of the name, you don't take the
Airport. What would you do with airport? Airport. Yeah, but you have the I. You have the I.
No, you just assume the I.
The I is silence.
Port.
Take me to port.
Don't want a port pickup. Pick me up at the port. So
we should probably take a letter, like each week take a letter, we drop the letters. So T. So instead of saying talk, we had a good awk.
No, you can't do it with a consonant. Like
vowel.
Like evolve. It'd be just like
Evolve.
Dude, I am evolved. I evolved it. I'm advanced. Advanced, bald. You know what? Listen, there's been other modifications to our language that have been worse than what we're talking about right now.
I agree.
And this could be good.
Yeah.
Topia.
Not utopia, but topia.
Why do we need the U? Imagine what this would do to Wheel of Fortune.
I think this is.
They would be like, I'd like to buy a vowel. I'm sorry, there are none.
That would save people money, right? People would have more money in the final round.
Now talk about something that has, like, from
Evolved?
Evolved. No, if you think about the cost of a vowel in like 1980 on Wheel of Fortune, it was $250. It's still $250. There's been no evolve.
Evolved. It hasn't evolved. Well, that's because of COVID. And
they're afraid. Yeah, they're afraid to raise the.
Well, just out of an abundance of caution.
Yeah, but you imagine every puzzle on Wheel of Fortune, they would just start off the puzzle. They'd be like, doo-doo-doo-doo. They'd be like, all right, all vowels have been. And then at the end of it would just be an RST, LN. And there's no vowel. Sorry.
Does Y fit in there? Because sometimes Y is a vowel. Sometimes.
Bong.
Right?
Instead of bong.
Young. He's a little ung for that. Wait, do you take out all the vowels? Yeah. Young. Y-O-U. There's 3 freaking vowels there.
No.
He's a little. No, he can't go. He's too for that.
You're too
What about sand traps?
Maybe that's how like Chinese got started.
Wait, that's like Vietnamese. You have get people named
Nung.
Sand traps. So during this, because of COVID and out of abundance of caution, they have, if you play golf, the sand traps are the sand traps are useless. I mean, meaning because they can't put a rake in there because somebody might have COVID on their hands and everything else.
I don't think this can't last forever, right?
Well, but I think these courses love it because they're like, oh, we won't maintain the sand traps.
I mean, I like not hitting on them.
So what I'm saying is, like, now do we get rid of sand traps? Should that go? Because
it would make golf more fair.
I tell you what would be better. I think you and I have talked about this on the golf course before. Square holes. Instead of round golf holes, square. That would make it more exciting. Because now they say, I hit the edge. Well, you don't hit the edge. If you think about it, a circle doesn't really have an edge. Right? There's no edge. I mean, you have the end of it, but not really an edge. A square golf hole.
Well, why would that not follow the same principle?
You have edges.
It's either in or out.
Yeah, but you still, though, you could say, well, did you see that thing? It hit all four sides instead of going around. I think it would make it actually more challenging and fun. Instead of challenging and fun. So sand traps, I think they got to go.
What's next?
Life coaches. And we've talked about that. You don't agree with me on this. I mean, a life coach. If you need a life coach,
people out there that need somebody to talk to.
A life coach. Yeah, but that's a therapist.
It's hard for us to understand.
That's a therapist. No, I get therapist, but a life coach, like who's coaching you on your own life? I mean, I can see having somebody that, hey, I've ran into some like trauma and stuff. I need to talk. I get that. That's a therapist. But a life coach says, hey, okay, I'm your accountability partner, and now we need to get up and do it. Like,
that's why they're different. It's people that need that, man. They're not like us.
Well, but we mean they're different. I don't understand that.
Why is a life coach different than a therapist?
Yeah.
A therapist is just sitting there with a little pad writing shit down, and a life coach is like, all right, let's put a plan together. Well,
shouldn't a therapist do that too?
No, they're just there to give you bad advice and charge you like. Life coach is like, come on, you can do it.
Like Matt Foley?
Yeah.
Well, you're living in a van, now, mother.
Yeah, like Tony Robbins or any
not
of those
a life coach. He's just
different. He's not a therapist. He's a life coach.
For fuck's sake.
Sorry. I'm not saying
Jake has a life coach.
Agree with them.
The last one we have here. What needs to be canceled? What needs to be the trend that must die is the NBA. The NBA. And you damn near killed yourself this year, fellas.
After watching the Patriots yesterday, I think all sports should die.
Well, because how bad Cam Newton was.
He needs a freaking
life
awful.
Coach. He needs a quarterback coach. I told you shouldn't have signed him. They didn't like him. His
I know, but when I was in the middle of the negotiations,
his teammates didn't even like him here in Carolina. I mean, that's a telltale sign. When your own teammates don't want you around, that's when you don't sign. Anyway, but the NBA.
There was one of the.
They fell on the wrong sword.
One of the analysts was like, "Dude, you can't dress. You can't come out on a press conference after you play the way you did and dress like that. You dress like that when you did something right, and
you don't ever dress like that.
Why not?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Not even on Halloween.
Well, my Halloween costume last year was Cam Newton in a press conference with the scarf and the round glasses. That was my costume last year.
No, but the NBA, you're right. The NBA is just a complete.
Like I've said to several people, if the NBA had said, look, if they said we're going to boycott games to bring attention, like take a day off, boycott games, because we want to bring attention to the senseless killings in, say, Chicago of youth, just drive-by shootings, whatever, and bring attention to that, like they could have done the past 15 years. I would have taken my hat off and said, hey, that...
Put your hat
it's a visor. That I would have supported 100% and been like, you know what, that's the message that those people need to hear and everything. Everybody needs to hear.
The Chicago Bulls would have like a 4-game season.
But that would but instead they wanted to fall on the sword of a questionable character and everything else and like hold the viewer hostage, and people just left them. I mean, the viewership.
That's good. That's the natural. That's
right. But the viewership,
free enterprise, right?
The viewership of the NBA went to the crapper.
You don't think they would have done that in college if they played?
No,
they would have done the same thing.
No, because you would have had coaches that said, that's not happening here."
You look at the coaches on these teams, and they're all in 100% support of this crap.
I'm okay for you having sports. You have your First Amendment right. I get that.
They're playing basketball for 4 hours a day. They got plenty of time to go down to the boys and girls.
I say that's my point with like any of them, and I'll just use football, NFL, and they're not the only one, but NFL used an example. There's a golden opportunity for them because typically the day off NFL players get is Tuesday. They play on Sunday.
Tuesday.
They come in and do film on Monday and that. And then Tuesday, they're off. Wednesday, they come back, practice, and go through game plans, game scheme, everything else. But that Tuesday, if they really wanted to make a difference, they would take that Tuesday without having big fanfare about cameras and media and everything else and go to a Boys and Girls Club or something like that. And
they still have those, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They probably have to wear a mask, but that would mean a lot more to me and anybody else than anything. I mean, if they did that. Instead of like saying, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna kneel for the national anthem.
This goes back. Goes back to what we were talking about before about stop asking the question. Just go out and do good things. Mm-hmm. Because when you watch, like even with the NBA and everything like that, all of the advertisers are following the lead, and there needs to be some backlash towards that as well. Like, enough already. Mm-hmm. Enough.
Well, I mean, I don't.
Enough.
I don't buy Nike stuff anymore.
You could say that about 17 different.
I don't buy it, but that's just an example. I don't buy Nike anything anymore, and I make a cognitive.
What about Facebook? You're on Facebook all the time.
I'm not all the time.
You should boycott Facebook.
Well, I started kind of backing off social media because I watched that Netflix thing.
That was good, huh?
Yeah.
Social Dilemma.
Yeah.
But you know what? Your Facebook posts are no different than like when Donald Trump says that social media is his only avenue to get a message out because nobody's listening. Like, nobody listens to you talk, but they might read.
We're listening to you right now. But yeah, I do social media stuff. I don't look at social media to like do a life-changing message for anybody. I do it for humor mostly.
Right.
Me and my little humor box. I don't really support them. I don't. Whatever.
You're supporting them.
Yeah. But I could turn that off tomorrow and feel fine the next day.
Really?
Yeah. Good.
So are you going to?
I don't need to. What's going on?
Are you going to stop fracking?
Fracking. So,
wait till are you going to pack the courts? Answer the question. It's a yes or no. Yeah, I could stop fracking tomorrow if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna.
Fracking. Well, you know what that brings us to? That brings us to our awkward ending.
Oh my God.
The awkward ending.
It's a good show. A lot of technical difficulties.
Yes, we did run some technical difficulties.
But we had some really good conversation during that they didn't even hear. It's a shame.
Well, so next few show ideas we have. One of them is, and this may be next episode. I don't know yet, but we're thinking about how the Washington Redskins have changed their name or frozen their name as to not offend, and they're now the Washington football team. But Jake and I have some ideas on what we should call teams now and how we can incorporate corporate sponsorship into that in lieu of these other names that could be offensive. So that'll be an episode.
Everything's offensive.
Offensive. So out of an abundance of caution and because of COVID, we want you to stay safe.
I'm gonna go find a dictionary or something. Yeah. Go through some of these words. Come up with about 30 words.
So stay safe and see you in next episode.